If you're looking for an excuse to get out of your home and into the great outdoors, Polk County's Parks and Recreation has it covered. With nearly 40 park sites and 11 mini parks that include athletic facilities, picnic areas, a historical-oriented park, and 5 campgrounds, your biggest problem will be deciding what to do. Coleman Landing on Lake Kissimmee is the newest of the 5 campgrounds in Polk County Parks and Recreation's arsenal of parks, and the details are coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Jeremy Maready, and I'm here with Derek Harpe, the Parks and Recreation Superintendent for Polk County.
Yep.
Derek, thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
We got a lot to talk about. We got a new expansion of Coleman Landing and about everything that's going on out there with Parks and Recreation. Start off by telling us a little bit about what Coleman Landing is. It's been around for a little while, but you guys got some new stuff out there too.
We do. Coleman Landing was an interesting park. We got it through the Water Management District. They developed it, built it because of a need. Airboaters in the area really wanted to park because the property that they bought served as a marina and a place to launch their boats and fish out of for years. Old Shady Oaks, we've all probably been there. A bunch of us that grew up in that area of the county. We fished out there on Lake Kissimmee for years. After that closed, the state bought the property that made up Shady Oaks. There was a need. There was a need for that, and the local airboating community really pushed for something, and the state reacted to it and built a park, beautiful park, and then gave it to Polk County Parks and Recreation for us to operate, and that's what we've done. The first phase of it, that's been open several years now, 4 or 5 years, as we talked about, was initially boat ramps. There was an airboat ramp, which is kind of state-of-the-art different, just for airboats. It has 2 regular conventional boat ramps for power boats, and then we also have a canoe launch there. It's got a beautiful oak canopy around it that has big picnic pavilion, and other things there. Some restroom facilities in the original, the different kind of bathrooms, but the state built them as composting bathrooms, kind of cool concept. But that was about it, just a place to go and relax, launch your boat, have lunch, and those kind of things. The second phase, which we just finished up, is a campground. Probably our largest campground, by campsite it is. We have 54 powered camp spots there that have water and power there. And we have the capacity for about another 20 primitive camping sites there. Okay. So, and then we did build a big bathroom facility with showers, the whole 9 yards, like we would at any of our campgrounds. So that's kind of the new addition that we're very proud of and happy to offer to people now. We've been getting phone calls since we opened Coleman Landing about camping and when we're going to allow it or if we would allow it. So we're finally happy to announce that it's open and up and running.
Now, on what section is this on Lake Kissimmee, if you were to be looking at a map?
I think you're, let's see, you're coming out of Lake, well, the easiest way to say to get there, and I've asked this a lot of times, how do we get there? Go straight out 60 until you think you're going to Vero Beach. We're basically on the other side of the road from River Ranch on 60. River Ranch is right across the street, but you make a turn, you turn off of that onto Grape Hammock Road and follow it up till you get to Shady Oaks Drive, and you make a right and you're there. Like I said, a lot of people in that area of the county have used it for a long time, but you're the southern part of it, underneath Kissimmee, or right across the street from River Ranch. But beautiful place, a long drive, considering you try to do the route in a day. This is a big county, as you know, so you get in a car and you go to Port Hatchinaha in North Polk County to our campground up there and get in the car to go pick up things or see Coleman Landing. You're going to drive for a while, but it's worth it. It's out in the middle of nowhere, basically, between Lake Wales and Vero Beach, and you drive forever. But it's beautiful out there.
Some of the best places are out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, one of the most picturesque places we have. They kept the one thing I do like about the construction and development and the way the Water Management District handled things is they left the oak canopy, which is the
Well,
highlight
it's
of the
huge.
place.
I mean, it's beautiful.
It is, and the great part about the camp, I'd say probably 60% of our camp spots are underneath it, which makes it, you know, especially this time of year, makes it extremely
nice
comfortable.
escape from the sun, yeah.
Yeah, so that was, I think they did a really good job of laying out the park to take advantage of the oak canopy, and the views, vistas out there are really cool. You see the lake right outside most camp spots, and it's beautiful. And then we have a big bank on the shore that you can, if you're staying there for a week or two, you can park your boat on. You never have to take it off and put it back on the trailer. You can leave it on the shore and tie it up and use it every day. So it worked out really well. They did a good job of doing it, and we're proud that we could take that to the next level and kind of make some improvements and do some things that make it a little more interesting and a lot more user-friendly for our clients and for the citizens of Polk County.
Well, I know, I mean, for those of us that have been around for a while and know of Lake Kissimmee, I mean, we know of all the stuff to do there, but for somebody that hasn't been there, I mean, one, it's a massive lake. You know, it is really impressive once you look at it and all the differences, but can you talk a little bit about the lake itself and the different things that you can do once you're there? I know it's big, you know, recreation area for fishermen,
Sure.
for airboaters, you know, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think you named the two biggest primary functions of the lake. I mean, fishing at Lake Kissimmee is great at times. You know, whether it be going for big bass, which a lot of people do, or when the bluegills and crappie and all that stuff start running, the place gets loaded up, and we get really busy that time of year. You can tell when fish are biting because the park gets packed. But the other thing is airboating. People loved airboating. Kissimmee's a great lake to airboat on. They launch out of our place every day, and multiple ones, and you know, that airboat ramp is kind of cool for that. That way the airboaters can launch in their own side, and the traditional boaters can go without any interruption. It's really cool the way they did that ramp. And so yeah, those two are the primary things. Of course, there's water sports you can do out there. It's a huge lake. You can find a spot and get over there and water ski and do all that kind of stuff as well. But fishing is one of the best fishing lakes. You know, good reputation for fishing. Airboating, you know, a lot of hunting and stuff going on around the property, because there's not a lot on some of those banks. There's not a lot of development. There's some houses, but there's a lot of woods and stuff like that. So we get a lot of hunters and fishermen and things like that, you know, during the different seasons. But yeah, it's kind of a famous lake around here. It's big. It's the biggest of our lakes, so it's kind of a cool place to go out there and spend the day. And with the way we've kind of developed that, you can pull up and you take the family out on the lake, go fishing. You can come back in during the hot heat of the day, get underneath the canopy, have a picnic, use the restroom, stay out there for a while, and then go back out later in the day. And you have the luxury of camping, leaving your boat there too, and spending a couple days with us.
Well, now if you're coming in camping, I mean, you don't necessarily have to have a camper. You know, you talked about the primitive campsites. Are those separated pretty well from the regular camping with the electrical hookups and all that type of stuff?
Sure. Yeah, they are. There's a primitive camping area that, again, is underneath the big oak canopy that we've kind of set aside for tent camping. It's in the same general area. Basically, everything on the west side of the park is basically camping, which works really well the way it's set up. You can go in on the east side and launch your boat, do the things you need to, have all the boat parking you could ask for out there, and everything on the west side is camping related. But yeah, the primitive camping area sits to the far west side of the park and is underneath a big stand of oak trees, and then the 54 area, the powered areas are around there. Now you can put a tent on the powered pad and use the electricity. It just is a little different fee schedule. If you use electrical, it's about $14, and if you don't, it's like $7.50 a night for just primitive area. So that's the main difference. It is. That's the main difference. Is what you're looking at. But the experience is pretty much the same. You can get underneath a big oak canopy and have a good time in a nice, safe, developed area. You know that we keep mowed and keep in pretty good shape. So
you guys have fire pits and things like that out
we
there?
We do. We have a few now, and we keep adding those. It's one of those development things. We keep trying to add things in with 54 spots, and then another 20 primitive. That's 70 fire pits. So we're working towards it, which is good. You know, we kind of soft opened the park We didn't do a lot of announcement on it. We just kind of, because we were working and getting the bugs ironed out, we had some things we needed to do, get the caretaker on it at the same time to kind of make the transition a little easier. It's ready to go. All 54 spots are open and running. But yeah, it was, you know, as you're kind of looking at what you're going to do, the fire rings and a few other minis that will come in time as we kind of find out what they like. I mean, we have 4 other campgrounds, but every place is a little different. But yeah, we have camper fire rings, and we have, but we'll have some other amenities going in there pretty soon to make it a little more, you know, so you have some options to do besides hunt, boating, and fishing. You can do some other things there pretty soon.
Okay, sounds excellent. Now, if someone wants to make a reservation, do you guys take reservations for?
We do not. At our county campgrounds, all of them, the policy is first come, first serve. We do have something. We encourage everybody to go to our website, go to polk-county.net, and then go to Parks and Recreation. And we have a big yellow camping icon on our homepage. Click on it. It has all the details, directions, maps, fee schedule, the whole 9 yards. Length of stay is up there. But yeah, no, we don't do reservations. It's something we've considered over the years. We did them years ago, and then the board kind of changed policies for a legitimate reason at the time. So we're kind of figuring out how we want to approach it in the future. But right now, it's first come, first serve. 54 spots there, and we have 4 other campgrounds. We got 2 others that are fairly close to Kissimmee, so we have a lot of options in that area. A lot of good fishing, a lot of good lakes out there. So we have 3 campgrounds in that joint area.
Without having the reservations, is there somebody that they can call to find out, you know, before they make that long drive out there?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, is there a spot open?
Like I said, we encourage everybody to go to the website, but the main thing is each park has a caretaker, each campground has a caretaker. They have a phone, answering machine, fax, all that good stuff. You can call, and we do encourage everybody to go to the webpage, call the caretaker out there. Darren is out there as our caretaker at Shady Oak. So he'll be more than happy to give you an update on how it's looking for the weekend and how many campers are in, and it works out really well. The system you think is, well, I don't know what to do if I kind of plan a vacation, but I can't make reservations. I tell you what, other than a couple of weekends a year, you can find a camp spot in that area that's nice, that's under canopy, that has access to a beautiful lake pretty easily. You pick up the phone and you call our caretakers, and they'll tell you when to be there and what to expect. And
now, on top of that, will Darren also give you a fishing report? I mean, that's what I want to know.
It is not hard to get a fishing report. One of the luxuries of being out there is, and Darren's great. You know, all our staff that go out there to our campgrounds are great. They talk to the people coming off the lake. They go fishing themselves, which is a perk of working out there, and getting. Yeah, absolutely. I call all the time saying, how's it going? Where's the fish biting? And I can usually tell by the numbers. I call and say, how are your numbers this weekend? You can tell when the fish are biting by the numbers.
Gotcha.
So it's been pretty good. So yeah, absolutely. You can get a fishing report out there, and they're good resources. You ought to call them occasionally to find out where to go because they know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, Derek, thank you so much for joining us. I sure do appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Coleman Landing at Shady Oaks Recreation Area is located in the southeast part of Lake Wales. It sits on 37.5 acres of land. The spacious county park offers canoe launch, 2 boat ramps, an airboat ramp, picnic areas, and a large pavilion. It also has a restroom facility with showers, which were added during the expansion. Located at 1450 Shady Oaks Drive, Lake Wales, and it's open daily from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. For more information, you can give them a call at 863-692-9882 or look them up on the web at polk-county.net.